So this will be the fourth game I'm reviewing today. This is our, this is a 2-1 victory on Lijang Tower. And as far as team comps go, we're running the same basic thing we've been running throughout the day, but we're running the D.Va instead of the Hog right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And as far as their composition goes, they're running Orisa Hog with a Torbjorn McCree and a Brigida with a Moira heals. They do switch over the Hog to a Reinhardt though. But either way, it doesn't make a big difference. We're just kind of peeking here. Taking a fight here, and realistically with this turret there's one of two things we can do against this turret. First one is to rotate back around here and play right here on point, so that he has to move his turret to even get value. The second thing is we can group up together and jump right onto him, attack him, kill his turret, kill the Torbjorn. I don't think we choose to do either of those. I think we very slowly peek while trying to think of a way to dive on top of them. At the same time, our Junkrat, he went around up top ground here, which is good, but we're not getting any value right now out of the Junkrat. So we drop down. And when we drop down, we make the call to go aggro.
Now, hold on.
But we're going to lose our Junkrat to that. So now the way that we're standing on the point, we're playing kind of split. We're down one now. But the Reinhardt's just here holding shield.
The objective is
We're still not... There's no real idea for what we want to do right here. While this is going on, while we're playing up together here, in theory, we should be the favorable position. We have our Rein shield here, we have a D.Va right here, we have our McCree, we have our Moira, we have our Mercy. This is a good layout. They have the Torbjorn here on the left side, they have the McCree here on the right side. Any one of these is a viable target we could go on, or we could just go main and attack this main group, which is their Reinhardt, their Brigida, their Moira, and their Orisa. But we don't really do any of that. We just try and stabilize on point, which is what gives the value to what they're doing here. And then this is target focus issues. We send our Kree out to take over this Torbjorn, and we send our D.Va to take out this McCree. And I'm not sure how both of these duels go, but the fact that we don't, the fact that we didn't win both these duels instantly shows us that there was a problem here. And we're doing good now. We've evened it. They're using abilities just to stay on point right now. We're on their Reinhardt. He's very low. He has to back up. They have to use abilities to save him here. Our Reinhardt goes aggro. Their Reinhardt pins and dies. So now we're up one, and our Junkrat is back. We lose our Mercy to the Torb turret. We pop Coalescence. So we should be able to win this. This should be one for us. We kill the Torb turret. We kill the Brigida. We kill the Moira. And we go after the Torb, but he should be saved by his team. And then now we're in a position where the point has been capped. So we cap the point back here. So now that the point's capped, and the play is basically made that we should be going aggro here. We already have control of the point. There's no way they can recontest, and they've got a Torbjorn who's still alive and a Moira who's still alive. And then everyone else is either dead or in the spawn room. So there's no reason we shouldn't just push all the way up to the spaceship here and just try and hold right there. And we can always back up onto point if we need to. We can play forward here. And we split up when we do this. So our Reinhardt pulls back, our Junkrat pulls back, but the Kree goes forward with the Moira Coalescence and the D.Va. We don't quite get their Torbjorn. And then in this, we have to pull back because our D.Va's now too low, and we don't have a Reinhardt with us. And we probably lose our Kree here. Yeah, so we lose our Kree here. And now we need to back up and play on point. Because now we're unfavored. Now they have the better matchup. They have more people. And they're still running this Torbjorn. We're still just playing. We're still just contesting point. Exactly the way we should be. And this McCree flanks on the left side here. And we call this out pretty early, and the Diva should jump over and dive on that. But while we're doing that, we need to make sure we keep pressure behind this Rhine shield, which where's Junkrat in all of this? He didn't die, right? Okay, no, he's up high ground. Yeah, he should just be throwing damage and helping the Reinhardt fight that. We lose our Mercy to the McCree, though. Which is unfortunate. I want to see this positioning as well. I want to see why we lose our Mercy to the McCree here. Alright then. Alright then. So as much as we didn't know the McCree was going to be here, I can't say it's necessarily a bad idea, but rotating to this left side is still not the best idea. You'd want to be back here to heal the Reinhardt, because it just covering as much natural cover as you can is the best. Where you're standing here, your only natural cover is here. So if they come from this side, you're dead. If they come from up here, you're dead. If they're over here, they're still going to be able to rotate, where if you're back here, you have a lot more cover to work with that is outside of the Rhine shield. So we lose our Mercy here. But we dive over and try and keep the Kree off our team. So now they're using Torbolt as well. So our Moira is extremely low. And that's just unfortunate with the fade. There's good placement of the Torbolt there. We don't get the Kree. They pull our McCree into the Torbolt. And they're able to wipe that. They wipe that fight pretty good. So starting out in this fight, we're playing very passive again. Trying to understand exactly how we're doing this, but so our main line is here. Our main three are here. Our McCree, who's part of this group, is here. Our Diva's way over here on the flank, which is to, if the Kree was up here, is to push him down, but he's not up there. And then our Junkrat is back here, sneaking up on their Kree. So we call their McCrees out on this high ground, and the Junkrat deletes him. He's dead now. So now we're kind of in the position they were in last time. We've got they're playing group up together with their tanks, somewhat. Their Mercy's way back here, and their Moira and their Torbjorn are way back here. So they're very split, and they're down one. So this should be a very easy fight for us to win. We drop down on the Reinhardt. We don't get him yet, but he shatters. He doesn't get any value, but we kill the shatter. Bongo should be target. So we focus the Bongo down. We use our fate aggressively to kill this Orisa, but we do get her. And then we should be chasing again. We should cap and we should chase again. But we don't. We stay back on point. Our Kree gets very low. We keep our Diva up here on the high ground, and the Junkrat's back here on the high ground on the left side on the coast. And they push down main. So this is very split by us. We're trying to pressure this Kree if he decides to come to main. Okay, I want to point this out as well real quick. Hold on, where is our McCree? Oh, he's up here on the high ground. Okay. So if we look at their positioning right now, they're way back here. Their Moira's going to be going with their Kree, who's coming around this on coast. Reinhardt's way over here. There's all of this space between the Reinhardt and the rest of his team. He cannot be supported right now. We should be focusing on that, and we should be helping our Reinhardt. But on top of that, to make sure we control this engagement properly, we should be screaming. Our Reinhardt should be screaming that this Reinhardt is very easily killable. Because he just doesn't have the same support behind him. And he dies. They pop ults. We use our Creel, which gets 3, which is really big. We pop Diva Bomb as well. gets their Reinhardt. Their Junkrat, their Torbjorn is super low now. He's out here on the coast. We should be able to get him. We should be able to chase, we do. And now we're waiting for our Reinhardt and our Mercy to get back. So we don't really have anybody who can go to taxi. So we should just be playing safe on point right now. As far as ultimates go, they've just swapped two things. They've swapped the Orisa over to a hog, or not a hog, but a ball. And they've swapped over to the Genji. Which is a very weird choice this late in the fight, but that's what they've done. So the ball is just here spinning on point. He's used all of his abilities now. He has no E ability. We should be able to focus him down and kill him. Let's see, we have our Junkrat here. What number you'd be? F10. So we do, I don't know where you've got your trap hidden. But there's no real reason right now why you can't just plop it down on point. If he's going to stay in this circle pattern, he keeps doing that, just put a trap right here. He's going to swing into that, and he'd be stuck. We need to make sure we use our CC abilities to control this, because their McCree now is on high ground. He uses High Noon, and we should be able to DM that and stop it from getting anything. But their Reinhardt pins our Reinhardt because he's stuck holding shield for the High Noon. Killing our Moira now. We pop tire. A very risky place to be standing to pop tire, but you get 3. That's a really big tire. That should win us the point then. We res our Reinhardt back. It's just their Reinhardt on point. Their Moira has to drop down to keep contesting and to kill the Reinhardt, but he should still die. Their McCree has to drop down. He's on our back line. We shatter. We get their Moira. It's just McCree on point. He kills our Junkrat, but we win the first point. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Alright. Pick us back. Alright. So, now for the second point. They're keeping the Hammond, but they've switched to the Mei. They switched to Mei and Hanzo now. So we go and we engage in this first fight. We're just kind of throwing damage into this Reinhardt. The main joke. There's a Mei wall that cuts off our Reinhardt. So we need to rotate quickly to help our Reinhardt here. Otherwise we're going to lose our Reinhardt to this. And they're playing so split. We lose our Moira to their Hanzo. Okay, that's just a sniper being a sniper. We lose our Kree to the same, and we're gonna lose our Mercy as well. So that was a bad choice to res there, which caused us to lose. Now we have no supports, and yeah, so now we have nothing else now. So they're gonna come and fight us. So we regroup, we change over to the Hog from the Diva. They use the Mei wall early this time. And I think overall as compositions go, I think I prefer changing at this point. Especially against what they're running, there isn't too much value to the Junkrat at this point. Unless you can confirm kills, we'd probably be better off with a Reaper or a Mei. Which is something we need to work on. But see, their Hammond is here, and that would be a special reason to run either of those as well, would be to stop this Hammond from getting as much value. So now, this is really bad for us. He's going to pop his Dragon, which is cutting off our team from our Reinhardt. So he's going to die. He either dies to the Dragon, or he dies rotating into the enemy team. That being said, we kill their Zen, and we kill their Hanzo. So we should be grouping up, stabilizing, and fighting this. Because this is winnable for us. On point, 3 kills to 2. Their Hammond is still making space. Mercy gets the res off here, which is a much safer res. We get their Reinhardt. Their ball falls off the map. And we kill their Mei. So now we've cleaned up. And our Reinhardt's back. So now we're holding up here at this choke, which is the right place. This is where you want to hold if you can on this point. Hammond tries to come in aggressive. seems to be having a bit of trouble. By the way, he drops down. We hook him, but he's gonna have his abilities. He should be fine here. They pop their coalescence, which when this fight starts, we should pop our coalescence, which we do. So we pop counter coalescence. We pop our Valkyrie as well. I don't know if we needed both support ults here. They're gonna pop a big shatter by them. We pop High Noon, so as much as we got both supports, I'm not sure I'm a fan of using the High Noon there. I think the Valk was unnecessary because we already had used the coalescence, and the High Noon was after they had invested ults to win the fight, and they had pretty much guaranteed a win, which has resulted in our team getting cleaned up. And we regroup. So going into this next fight, we have Tires, we have Shatter, and we're less than halfway to everything else. So this Hammond comes in, we hook him again, burn all his health, and he's dead. And this Hanzo's all alone, over on this right side, and our Junkrat's slow. We lose our Junkrat. We go for the res. It's okay because we zone the Hanzo. Kill the Hanzo. They use their Mei wall, separates our Reinhardt from the rest of his team. But other than that, he should be okay. We're looking for Shatter, and we're looking for a Tire. We've already used Toggle. They get a big Shatter, which we should counter Shatter. As soon as he does that, we should counter Shatter. If we can keep a Reinhardt alive. Protect our team. But we don't, and we hold Shatter and we die with Shatter. We use Coalescence. But at that point, Moira's the only one left on point, and they clean up that fight. Win that point. So now for third point. So now it's 1-1 going into third point. As far as team compositions go, I think we keep the same. And they're going to keep the same as well. That was the wrong button. No, they swapped to the Genji. So we call... Okay, so we need to make sure we understand these. And I can go over callouts on maps as well. As that'd probably be useful. But we called out very early. We made the call that we're going through the white room, which is this room back here. Because the walls are white in there. So we should all, without question, just rotate in. And then move towards point. And we kind of thought about going main, and then we backed up. So we went in, we thought about going main, we backed up, and then rotated to go to white, which gave them time to go main and go straight to point. So by the time we've even gotten to the white room, they're already completely set up in point and ready for us. We lose our Mercy to the Hanzo. Where did the Mercy die then? Right here, okay. Alright, so this is being in front of the shield tank, which you're trying to back up our Roadhog, so that's unfortunately we lose our Mercy too. And this Hanzo gets a lot of value on this point, in particular. So we're here. Our Junkrat is forced to back out. Their ball comes in, and we should be able to melt him here. We do. So they're now down their ball. Our Junkrat's coming around the top here. Hanzo's here on main. So this duel's going on. We lose our Junkrat. But we have more on point right now. We should be able to kill their Moira here. We don't. She gets healed. We don't hit anything else on her. Their Genji uses his deflect here. And we're just trying to cap point. But they're just kind of just touching the point as much as they can just to stop, just to contest. Genji dives in on the back line. He has no dash. Dashes in on our back line. We killed their Genji. And that's good. So now we're fighting here on this point. This Hanzo's our target. This Hanzo's been causing problems. We kill the Hanzo. So now we should rotate back towards point. They start backing out. The Roadhog, or not the Roadhog, their Wrecking Ball is just spinning on point. We hook him, blow him up, he's dead. The Moira comes around the right side. She uses Fade just to continue to contest point for even longer. We should kill her soon. And we group up. So now we decide we want to hold this main. We want to hold main. So we should all... This is the corner we want to hold. Rhine Shield should be here. We should have Mercury right here where we do. Junkrat should be over here somewhere as well, just kind of throwing bombs over on this point and looking, especially for the two people who should be looking for kills right now. McCree should be putting in as much damage as he can, but the two people who really are trying to look for things right now is the Junkrat and the Roadhog. The Junkrat can throw a mine in, blow the mine up, and send people off onto the point. The Roadhog can do the same. The Roadhog has his ultimate, and he also has his hook. He can hook people into this hole right here, and he can push people off the edge here. So they should not want to go through this side. But they aren't really too afraid to, because we don't all play aggro on this. The ball kills himself. And they use Hanzo ult. So we should be able to survive with those. We split up. They use their Genji ult. He comes in with the blade. Alright, then hold on. I want to see that as well. Reinhardt has pin. We should... When you hear you should be listening for the Reinhardt's pin sound effect. Because whenever you hear that, you should... Especially in this situation, it's a very good example of why you should. But you should try and counter pin. Even if you're much later than him to hit the pin button and you connect, you'll both fall over. Which means we can heal you, and you should take less damage than getting pinned into the wall in the first place. And in this case, he kills our hog. He kills our hog with the knockback from the pin. The Genji comes in with the blade, kills our Mercy, kills our Reinhardt. So now we're down 3. And they're coming in on point. And all they used were 2 ultimates to do that. They used both their DPS ults to do that. We responded by using 1 tank ultimate and now a DPS ultimate. I don't like this High Noon. I'm pretty sure you probably didn't like it when you did it either. So I'm not going to be too hard on that. That's a very clear mistake. So now at this point, we're just trying to stall for as long as we can on point. And they clean it up. So we get ourselves to 36% probably, and then we have the back out. When we make the call, we're going white again. As per usual, we should be going to white every time. We're just kind of threatening this hook. Hans is here on the left here. Alright. I'm gonna point this out. Jumping is very bad. It puts you in a very predictable arc. I don't think he's even aiming for you here. That'd be quite the arrow if it hits you somehow. But yeah, try to avoid jumping. Yeah, okay. It decides to hit the Moira while in the air. So yeah, try and avoid jumping. And I think that was just probably because we were rotating on point. We're gonna get a hit on our Mercy with a fire strike. That's a big fire strike by him. So all in all, we should just be pushing forward here. We should be aware of what abilities they have, what abilities we have. And as far as ultimates go, we have 4 online. And they have 3 online and are halfway to the other 3. So going into this fight, we're probably going to want to use Shatter. Shatter will probably be the fight what we're looking for this fight. Our Junkrat's going around on this right side here. We go for, okay, so we're looking for Tyre. We lose our Kree. This is a big shatter by them. Okay. Alright, so I want to point out how this happened. Because this is very good. This is very good call in the judgment call in this right here. So we're going in. Let's look at from his side. So what he sees. So he sees the entirety of the enemy team is in front of him, with the exception of the Junkrat that he's unaware of. The Mercy just ulted. The Reinhardt's swinging his hammer. and he just goes for it. He sees the Mercy rezzing, the Reinhardt still swinging, and he just goes for it. We should be able to, in that case, that's a reaction time thing. We should be able to flash shield there. And you were committed to the swing. And they're able to clean that up very easily. If we were counting ultimates, we should have been aware of that. On the other hand, we use Shatter. They don't kill all the people they knock down with the Shatter. Instead, we Shatter. We kill 2 from the people who got knocked down. Their Genji's here on point. He'll have Blade in a second. So we need to be aware of that. He has Blade now. He'll pop it any second, probably. Or he'll die. And it's just their Zen on the bridge. Zen's on the bridge. Hammond's on bridge, and they're backing out. So now I'm pretty sure this is pretty indecisive by them. So their Hanzo's peeking on this left side here. The Hammond goes in. We force the Reinhardt to back up. Their king backs up. Their Hammond kills himself again. We use our Hog ult, kill the Reinhardt with that, and push everyone else back. Their Hanzo's still aggro here, which I'm not sure if we're really that aware of. Okay, we are. We are, and we're not really messing with it. We're just kind of throwing damage. So I don't think the Junker's really getting too much value here. I don't think he really plans on getting too much value. He's just spamming damage, hoping that they don't stop, that they don't come in. But we do need to deal with this Hanzo, and we do. We get the Hanzo. So now they're down 1. So they want to back out. They don't want to push this. And they look like they want to go white now. But they don't. They end up trying to figure out which way they want to go. They rotate again. We hook the Reinhardt. He's off. So we just won 2 fights because of their indecisiveness to push forward. Now they push forward, just alone with the Hammond. We should be able to work with. We should be able to work him down right now. He's all by himself. He has no supports with him. He just has Sunyata Orb on him. We should be able to melt him here, which is yet again why we might want to be running a Reaper here. He's here, and their Hanzo is very low. He's gonna jump through this window here, but he's so low. He's got 1 health. He's killable. They use Genji Blade here, and because of this rotation we make. We're slow in the rotation. We probably lose our Mercy here. Maybe not. I guess they decide to look the other way. We pop our own Coalescence. Their Genji's here on our Moira. He misses. No, he hits the McCree. That was his target. So then we're here fighting on point. The mine stopped the Genji from really getting too much more value out of his blade. We get their Rein super low. We get their Genji super low. They have very little healing. They just have the Moira on point right now. We've got Valkyrie. We're popping an ult, or we're popping a res, and we have our Hog here, who gets knocked off the point. But we pop Tyre. Tyre doesn't get anybody, which is unfortunate. I think you were going for the Hammond, and he was just too fast. But it's just Moira and Hammond on point. And we should be able to kill him. Anyway, we stun him, we kill him. And that should be game. He shouldn't be able to touch point. And they don't.
Victory.
So I think the biggest thing there was we didn't have the correct responses to DPS. We gave up a lot of space in a lot of different times that we didn't need to DPS we weren't comfortable fighting against.